Welcome back. I'm Emily at Emily's podcast, Tribute to All Little Angels, Part 9, Episode 8 of the Timeline. May 13th, 2024. Good morning. Thank you, God, for my eyes opening. On this day, it is drizzling rain, so it's a good day to get a recording done. So I will do that, and you all have a great day. May 14th, 2024. It's a big day, but first I went for a drive and drove through the cemetery. I just feel I need to. All looks the same. Babyland 6th West looks so dreary. I didn't stay long and I left the cemetery. When I get home, I got ready for the Willie Nelson concert. My friend and I are going, and I look forward to it. I do pray we are all safe while being there and just have a good old time. And we did, or at least I know I did. We made it home in the early morning hours. I dropped my friend off and I went home. May 15th, 2024. Thank you. The episode airs tonight at 8 o'clock p.m. on Spotify, Amazon Music, Samsung Podcast, Podcast Index Audible, Listen Notes, RSS.com Community, iHeartRadio, Google Podcast, YouTube, and publicrss.com. And besides that, I'm going to clean my patio today as soon as the pool workers leave. They are here to do the last minute checkup on everything, and I do appreciate that. I did get the patio cleaned, and my grandson comes over. He always seems to be the first one in the pool every season. This time, though, the water is too cold and the pool is a new one. He has the advantage of both. When he was done swimming, we sit outside on the patio and catch up. I'm happy he came over to see me. I love my babies no matter how grown they are. May 16th, 2024. This morning and afternoon, I'm busy running errands with my grandson. I'm also sending messages for him. I'm so proud for him for all he sets out to do. Madison then sends me pictures of my granddogs going for a ride, and I did the same. I drove to the country to visit a friend, and while there, I'm able to sit on a wicker glider in the front yard and just take the spring air in. I do need this every now and then, and when I don't, I still enjoy it when I can. May 17th, 2024. This morning I decide to write in and work on the screenplay. So after I get breakfast over, I sit down and I start to write. I wrote and wrote. Madison then sent me a couple pictures of when she drove through the cemetery, and it put tears in my eyes. And I do appreciate this, Madison. I work about another hour on the screenplay, and I relaxed for a little bit, then I start to write an episode for Wednesday. I wrote about halfway through and I set it aside. Not long after, I'm in bed for the night. May 18th, 2024. After I start my day, I did finish the writing in the episode, and then I clean house. I did laundry and cooked dinner. This evening, I watch a program on TV I usually do watch on Saturday night. And while watching, in my mind, I thought, well, actually, I wish someone will listen to Megan's story. Then I watch and listen how some have a premonition feeling or they see a sign of something and they talk of that. Well, how come no one talks of my premonition feelings or my signs for Megan's story? And of course, I watch and listen with tears in my eyes. May 19th, 2024. This morning after breakfast, and I tell God thank you, I reread and timed the episode. It is ready to record, and I can do that later or tomorrow. This afternoon, Madison brought the dogs over to visit. Of course, Madison gets in the pool, and of course, the dogs made their way in too. We barbecue out and enjoy the Sunday afternoon with a few family members, and I'm thankful for these kind of days. Then later this evening, Madison and I met at the cemetery. We pull up to visit Wyatt. I snap a picture, and a short time later, we pull around to visit Megan. Wow, wow, wow. Puddled in water. I took about 12 pictures and just sat and stared out over Megan's area, asking myself, where did I go wrong in telling her story of what has happened? I know I should have listened to my friend and my daughter when it did first start, but it didn't play out like that. And here I am, with all the proof from the very beginning of when we laid Megan to rest, to all the proof of the cemetery flooding and headstones were moved, to even the proof of the day of the digging and the proof of written in letter responses. And 9 years later, I'm still telling Megan's story. Nothing done yet. As I pull away from Megan's area, there are puddles north in the cemetery also. And I think, when has it rained enough for the puddles of water to still be here? When we leave the cemetery, I went home, and Madison did too. May 20th, 2024. It's a rainy type day, or at least it looks wet outside this morning. As I start my day, I receive a message from my sister Susie, sending the podcast update on listeners. And of course, you know, I'm happy to see the numbers grow. This afternoon, my great niece Carla came to visit. She looks at the pool and she thought it looks really nice. We visit, and when she leaves, I thought I should record, but time in the day ran out. So I will record tomorrow. May 21st, 2024. Thank you, God. I ask for the strength to get the episode recorded. When I start my day, I sat down to start to record. I'm having a hard time getting it, so I have to step away. I drove through the cemetery. I sat with Megan and Wyatt for a little while. I prayed to them to give me the strength to get through another recording. And I'm sure they know how it is on me. When I felt better, I did leave the cemetery and went home. When I get home, I sit down to try to record again, and after about the 12th try, on and off, I did get it. It is recorded and scheduled. I then messaged Susie to let her know it is scheduled. She calls, she listens to the episode, she thinks it's good, so we leave it alone. Because believe me, I don't think I can re-record anything at this time. After Susie and I talked for a little while, we hang up and I went to bed. May 22nd, 2024. When I wake up, my phone dings as if I have a message. I open my phone and it says, "Remember, he is with you today." I look up and I said, "Thank you." I start my day, then before I knew it, the day is about over. I did absolutely nothing today. I did receive pictures of my granddogs, and that did cheer me up. I'm happy they are in our lives. Then tonight, I'm comfortably sitting on my patio, and I get up to sit around the pool, and I snap a picture of the moon. There are clouds in the background, and a ray of light coming from the moon are in an X shape, and to the lower left side of the moon, it looks like it could be an aura in a heart shape. I don't believe it looks to be a star. The next picture I take, the moon looks to be resting on a cloud. The aura has moved downward to the left of the moon. Then the next picture, the green aura is in the treetops, and the moon is too, except now the aura is to the upper right of the moon, and in just matter of minutes. I sit and take it all in, and a short time later, I went inside. I thank God for this day. May 23rd, 2024. Before I did too much this morning, on my way to a store, I did drive through the cemetery. We are getting storms, and I'm just checking on things before the rain comes. I pull up to Wyatt, and I sit in the car to visit with him for a little bit, and a little later I pull around to visit Megan. I sit in the car to visit her also. I pull away a short time later, and after going to the store and getting home, at 11:03 a.m., Madison sent me pictures of my granddogs, and they are too cute. And their actions. Dogs really do act like people, and I love seeing the pictures and videos of them. A little after 4 p.m., it starts to rain. I can see the water hitting the top of the pool. This is the time also I enjoy sitting on the patio and listening to it rain. It's raining too hard now for that, so I went inside. A few hours later, after the rain quit, I stepped back outside and I snapped a photo of the sky, and it is a beautiful picture. I sit outside enjoying the night air of the falling rain, and then went inside. May 24th, 2024. Thank you. It's been a long day, it seems. At 11:41 p.m., I cannot sleep. My day has dragged by, but I took a picture of the moon, and I'm not sure what it is near the moon. It has a black top, then it looks like green water is spraying from it. The night sky can be very interesting. But then at 11:41 p.m., the very next picture is just of the moon. The green aura, or whatever that was, is gone now. In that same minute, the green aura, or I'm not sure what it is here. Then the next picture, it's gone. Soon after I took these two pictures, I'm looking at them. Then I'm looking up at the sky. Then I went in the house. May 25th, 2024. Before I get started on writing an episode, I did do a drive-through through the cemetery. I checked out things, and on my way home, I did stop at a store. When I return home, I start writing an episode, and at 7:23 p.m., Madison sends me pictures of the granddogs, and I continue to write. When I finish the writing, I'm too tired to reread it and time it tonight, so I went to bed. May 26, 2024. This morning, knowing I have the writing done, I did reread it. I timed it, and it is ready to record. Then my grandson and I went to the country to a friend's house to do some work, mowing, trimming, things like that. When I pull up, I see a bunny hopping through the grass. I took a couple photos of it hopping. Then we got out of the car. My grandson works on the outside, and I clean house. At 1:49 p.m., Madison sends me pictures of the dogs and her at the cemetery. And I'm so grateful she does this. Thank you, Madison. When we were done working, I drove to the city. I dropped my grandson off at home, and I went home. May 27th, 2024. Thank you, God. I'm awake, ready to start another day. I did think about recording, but I will wait until the evening hours so I can get through it without interruptions of the day hours. And as the day moves on, I did decide to go to the cemetery. 3:13 p.m. I'm visiting with Wyatt. I take a couple photos of his headstone. Then I take a picture of the headstones north of Wyatt, all neat in a row. And the next picture also. Then I take a picture to the south, and the headstones are all neat in a row. As I walk toward the pavilion in Wyatt's area, I snap a picture of his area, and as I get to the car on the east-west street between Wyatt and Megan, I take a couple photos of the rows of headstone to the north. Then I pull around to visit Megan. As I pull up, I take a full view picture of Megan's area. It is dry enough to set her flowers out where she is laid to rest, or I should say, where we laid her to rest. In the next picture, it's of the lineup from the small newly set in drain to the newly set in headstone. There are two pictures. In the fifth picture, it's another picture of the full view. I also set flowers out for the southeast headstone, the rock headstone, and a few more headstones that don't get any. In the sixth and seventh picture is of the southeast headstone, the rock headstone, the headstone to the west, and the Mother Mary statue. It has flowers surrounding it. And a few other headstones has green balloons and white flowers on them. And I am happy for that. In the eighth and ninth pictures, an up-close picture of Megan's flowers. In the 10th picture, I stood halfway in the street and I took a picture from the small drain to the black and white Babyland sign, to the double headstones, to the south tree, the existing tree, to Megan's flowers, and then on west to the headstones that sit near the newly set in headstone. In the 11th and 12th pictures, it's from the tree to the north tree area that was at one time. I sit then in the car to visit with Megan, and I talk with my angels. When I leave the cemetery, I get home. I receive photos of my granddogs swimming in their doggy pool. And at 6:52 p.m., my sister Susie sent me the number update of our listeners. And on this update, it is a number that says so much without saying a word. May 28, 2024. Good morning. And without saying too many words today, I will be recording. Everyone have a good day. May 29th, 2024. I thank God. I did get the episode recorded. It airs this evening, and after it airs, the numbers of listeners escalated again. Numbers are up, and thank you to all. And wow, before bed tonight at 10:19 p.m., I receive another update of the numbers of listeners. Up, up, up. Yes, thank you. May 30th, 2024. Today is Thursday, my free day, or as it seems. I take it as a free day of no writing unless I want to in the screenplay, no rereading, no timing, no recording, and not much stressing. So I drive to the lake. I bought lunch and I sat at the lake for hours. It's peaceful. When I leave and before going home, I went to the cemetery. 5:01 p.m. I pull up to Wyatt and I take a picture of his area. I love you, Wyatt. Then I pull around to visit Megan. The first and second picture is a full view picture. Yes, the blue and white Babyland 6th West sign is still east of the south tree, the existing tree, as it has been since 2000. Megan's flowers are here. And in the third picture, it's an up-close picture of Megan's area from the blue and white Babyland 6th West sign, the south tree, the existing tree, to Megan's flowers, because the rock headstone is no longer here because it still sets south where the flood waters moved it to. There are also heart headstones that sat north of this tree, but now sits just south of this existing tree. Even the two headstones that are next to this tree now used to set near the north tree. In the fourth picture, it's of the southeast headstone, the rock headstone, and yes, the flowers I put on their headstones are still here. Then on west are headstones and the Mother Mary statue. After I take this photo, I go to the car and just sit, overlooking the area. A little later, I leave the cemetery and go home. And then this evening, I'm outside. I take a picture of the sky, and just a few minutes, clouds with rays of light coming from it. And in this next 7 pictures, I keep hearing something move around in the grass. The more I hear it, the more I watch it. Then I realize it's a bunny hopping through the grass. And I thought, I love you, Megan. Then I whispered, help Nana get this done for you. And it was soon out of sight, and I went into the house. May 31st, 2024. Thank you, God. The first thing I read on this day is, your storm is over. I thought, I hope it will be. Megan doesn't deserve this. Neither does the southeast headstone little girl, or the rock headstone little girl, and so many others does not deserve this. And I know too, I didn't deserve the disrespect the people of this city has given us. Then this afternoon, I received pictures of my granddogs because I enjoyed looking at them. Then I start the writing of the next week episode, and I know too that I will not finish the writing tonight, but at least I have a good start on it. June 1st, 2024. My eyes are open. Thank you. First thing this morning, I received pictures of my granddogs. Love them. Then I went outside to put the vacuum in the pool to have friends over to swim this evening. The pool is clean, and at 6:05 p.m. we are swimming and barbecuing. It is nice to socialize and let the work go for a few hours, and it certainly does help the mindset. When everything settled down this evening, I did not finish the writing of the episode, so I will finish it tomorrow. June 2nd, 2024. Today I'm busy writing an episode, but before I get started, I did do a drive-through through the cemetery, and it was just that too. I pull in on the west side and then drive to the east to drive south to visit Wyatt for a few minutes. The cemetery has quite a bit of people here. It looks as a party or two, and it is very welcoming to see people keeping their loved ones alive. I look over at Wyatt's headstone and crawled by driving and went to the first south, east, west street to the west side of the cemetery. I drive north to visit Megan for a minute. I look over at Megan's area and crawl by driving north to leave the cemetery. When I get home, I grab a bite to eat and I start to finish the writing in the episode. Hours later, I did get it done. I reread it, I timed it, I also corrected a couple mistakes in my word, and it is now ready to record. And I thank God. And I thank you for listening. Stay kind with your words.